guys, I'm Mackenzie Carpenter. I started making YouTube videos when I first really got sick, and I'm deciding to get back into that again because I feel like God's just been pulling on my heart a lot about it. This is gonna be a little different. I've had probably 3 to 4 surgeries, procedures from high school to now. I have a gastric stimulator in my stomach, and actually next week I am getting the battery changed. So
that's nice.
It's been like a long recovery with that. Also, there has been things that have been happening at home throughout my whole life. Sorry, this is like really ruffly. Mentally have not been top tier, like, for a bit. Which is okay. Everyone has their moments and everyone has their seasons, and there's a time for everything. Really just resting in that. The first week of October, I moved in with my friend and his family. It was a blessing. It challenged me in a way that I didn't think I could ever be challenged. It helped me grow mentally, spiritually, physically. I also had a lot of downsides. I am very OCD, and I've been working on it, and just with laundry and how I make my bed, my routine in the morning. And it was kind of far away from everything, it was kind of cool at first because it felt like I was on like a little island and I was like trying to start my life again, which was great, so lovely, and I loved it. I just loved them so much and how they opened up their home to me and have been there for me, which is literally God. I never would have expected that would be my 2024 of trying to find a job and having to quit Lifetime because of my health. It was a weird 2024. From couch jumping, dog sitting, living at other people's homes, watching their animals, and then coming back to my parents' house for a few days, and then going back and doing something else. And I've been wanting to get out of my parents' house for a long time. Nothing against them. There's been a lot of baggage that each of us have, especially growing up and being in the environments that maybe I didn't deserve. However, it all plays in together. Like, everyone has a part in their little lives that affect each other. I take things in and I process things, and I really like not dwell on it, but I'm an overthinker on something. So if something's bothering me, I tend to think on it and think on it and think on it, and then something else piles on top, and I know this is not healthy. I'm working on it. But then it just goes like another thing's piled on top, another thing's piled on top. And I get to this point where it's like, I can't handle all this weight. And it just keeps dragging me further down. And on top of like all the health stuff I've been dealing with for the past 6-7 years, it's been tough. It's been really tough. However, like, God has been there for me every single step of the way. Even when I think he isn't, I know like in the back of my mind he is. And it's just kind of crazy to see like how close I've been getting with the Lord, and how I can finally say he is like the most important thing in my life. I obviously make mistakes and I fall short because I'm human, but at the end of the day, I am so grateful. So grateful. I think that's what's been helping me like keep going, and really just focusing on like everything has a purpose, everything has a season, and some days I'll be crying, some days I'll be happy, and that's okay. That's okay to have emotions. Just like the cards that you have been dealt, and it just keeps getting stacked and stacked and stacked. At some point, you're gonna break. You're gonna break if you keep trying to handle it yourself. And that's what I've been doing. And I've been praying and I've been relying on God. But at some point, you have to let people in and you have to let people help you. And that's what I've learned in 2024 of like, I can't do it by myself, and I'm not trying to do it by myself anymore. And I'm letting people in and I'm letting people help me and show me like what I should be working on and how to get better and all these things. But I think all of that is so important, but something that I have completely just lost or misplaced. I don't think I lost it entirely, but it's what I want. Like, you can have people help you, you can have people guide you, you can have people speak life into you, and you can have your relationship with the Lord, but you can't like disregard yourself. You can't just like do everything what everyone else is telling you to do and expect yourself to just feel loved and like be poured into if you're not doing it for yourself. And this is where I've come to. I have been struggling with that. Not just like in this past year, but honestly like my whole life. And I've had seasons where I'm really good, I'm focusing on myself, I'm growing, I'm really taking care of me. And then I also have seasons where I feel like I have to follow what everyone else is telling me to do. And if I don't, then I'm not living up to the standard that they have set for me, and I'm gonna lose people. And whatever, like if it happens, it happens. And that's what I'm learning. It's like, if you need to heal, if you need to cry, if you need to be in bed for weeks, if you need to just call someone and scream and cry and vent, do it. Like, there's no shame in that. And I think like a lot of people, including myself, are just so impacted by what people say to them, and like have this thing in their brain where it's like, if you fully open up to someone, if you let them see the cards that you've been dealt, you're gonna get hurt, or they're not gonna love you like anymore, or they're gonna have this different perception of you. And yeah, maybe that is the case, which was happened to me, which I can get into in a later video. But if that's the scariest thing that you have in your brain, of people just not loving you and not accepting you and feeling like you have to constantly bend and constantly just like submit to what they want for your life, you're not living a life. You're not, like, you're literally living for them, so then they can be appeased by who you're becoming. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but that's just what I've been learning. In 2025, I'm really trying to focus on what I want, whether that is sitting in bed and crying and dealing with it, or if that's reaching out to someone and just going out and getting coffee, or going on dates, or like going traveling, like going to Hawaii, or moving, or anything. I'm really just ready to live my life and stop trying to live for other people. And I know I have been debating on making videos, because it's like, I say one thing and I measure myself up to what I say, and I am laying it out, y'all. Like, I fall short so much. I am not perfect. I am far from perfect. So I am still like struggling with these things. Like, I am still struggling on my mindset around not feeling like a burden to everyone. And right now I'm staying at my friend's house, a different friend, because there was a falling out. And last night, like, I was like, man, I'm really overstaying. Like, I feel like I'm overstaying, and my mind just kept going down and down and down and down this hole. And my friend had to come to me and be like, Kenzie, like, you're doing it again. Like, you're overthinking, and you're thinking that you're the issue, but you're not. Like, people want to help you. People want to be there and guide you and support you, but let you live your life. Let you do the things you need to be doing. If you need to cry, if you need to scream, if you need to yell, if you need to be silent, if you need to go out all the time, if you need to go and do things, like, do it for you. Do it for you. Like, you live one life. And why are you constantly trying to think about what's going to appease everyone else? And I have been trying to get out of this like mindset, and I think it's like a habitual, if that's even a word, it's a habit. Like, it's a habit that I have been trying to break. And my friend like reminded me, you can't break a habit without filling it with something else, because if you even try to break it when you have these moments when you're trying to overthink, or when a habit, or when a like word just keeps spiraling in your brain, or a memory, or a thought, like, you're not gonna be able to break that habit unless you replace it with something. So I guess we'll be seeing what I'm going to be replacing that with, because it gave me some options, and he was like, whether that's singing it and like playing on the ukulele and making songs, which I love doing, and that's something I should be doing more of, because it adds to my life. Or it's writing it down and you reading it back to you and being like, whoa, how did I get from here to there? Like, this makes no sense.
Anyways,
I'm really feeling like I'm growing. I have grown so much since high school. I have grown so much this past year, and how I felt so stuck and so like in one place, being at my parents' house, and really just like been trying to live my life for me. And just this past year, I'm just like reflecting and just so filled with gratitude of how much help I have been able to receive and like how much love and support, but not only from people though. That's the thing. It's from myself. And I can just see like how much growth and progress I've been making. And even if no one else sees it, it's okay. Like, you don't need to be, like I said earlier, like, it's not this thing, it's not this bar that you have to keep upholding to. Like, you're gonna have moments. There's a time for everything. And there's a time for mourning, there's a time for dancing. Like in Ecclesiastes, like it says that. I don't know the exact verse of that. It does say it in Ecclesiastes. I know that for sure. But like, if no one sees your progress, if no one sees how much growth that you have been doing, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you think about yourself, and obviously like what God thinks about you. But I mean, God loves us all. So it's like, if you can be happy with yourself, with what you're doing, and if you are fully devoted in bettering yourself and in the Lord and standing firm on what you want and trying to figure that out for yourself, that is progress. And no one is to tell you ever if you are making progress or not. It's not their place. They're not God. They cannot tell you whether you're making progress or not. So at the end of the day, I love you guys, and I hope to be making more videos. So stay tuned if that is something that the Lord wants me to do, which I feel it is. So I will be back. I don't know when, but I will be back probably next week. But yeah, I am just so grateful, and I pray for everyone watching this that the Lord just blesses you, that he provides for you, and that you can stand firm in that and have faith that he is going to come through. He's going to come through for you. And whether you're standing still and just waiting on the Lord, whether you're working a job that you really hate, whether you're at your parents' house and you're trying to move out, or you're just in a tough situation, living in your car or anything like that, God is going to show up, and he's going to bring people in your life to help you. He is. And like, he's going to bring people, he's going to bring places, he's going to bring things. Everything that you need, you have. And everything that God desires for your life will come into fruition. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I pray that you guys can see that and can understand that and have the wisdom and discernment to just know what is good and what is evil, and what is for you and what is not. And I pray that you just have peace going into this new year, and that everything that just comes by, like, you're just able to sit in gratitude and just be like, wow, I am so lucky to be here. So, okay, love you guys.